Okay, y'all. We have another sacred to the face of ruin in the industry. And this is how it starts. And I want to talk about this. This is a new up and coming artist that is connected to Beyonce, y'all. And word on the street is she's an agent. I don't know. I don't know these people like that. I've never listened to her music, but she's an up and coming rapper. She started off, I believe, modeling for Beyonce. So we're gonna talk about it, y'all. We gonna talk about it. We know that usually somebody that's connected to Beyonce and Jay-Z is demonic, is all outdoors, but she claims she's not. She grew up in the church and she's church oriented. But this is one to watch out for, y'all. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To my day ones, twos, threes, and fours, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not. And the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Wednesday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings. And please, y'all, watch the company that you keep, because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it, y'all. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's get to it. We have a up and coming rapper that started off as a model, y'all. Now, right on the street is she is from Houston, and you know, a lot of these people that's coming up in the industry, you know, you find out later who they're connected to and this and that, and you hear their stories, and you be like, this don't add up. Well, this is one of them, y'all. This is one of them. She's from Houston, same place where Beyonce's from, and Beyonce has taken a liking to her. She has taken a serious liking to her, and you have to watch out for this, because I tell people this all the time. You know, from my just research and stuff like that, everybody that's somebody take a liking to, you know, situations end up happening. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Especially if they're coming out in this light. You see all of the symbolism that she's throwing out and all of this stuff. She's telling the world, you know, that she has nothing to do with satanic stuff and none of that stuff. But that's not what you see when you look at these pictures. Okay, y'all? The reason why I say there's a sacred to the face of ruin, I'm going to say this. Her name is Milano or something like that. Milano. And like I said, she started off largely centered on, you know, doing modeling work for Beyonce's Ivy Park clothing line. And they're connected through Houston. And they pretty much is going viral. A lot of pictures that they are doing together because of the symbolism. And she is, you know, 10 toes down saying that it has nothing to do with no satanic work whatsoever. Okay? She's been hitting a lot of bad luck lately. Streak. She's had a streak of bad luck. And I threw her name in the numbers. I just threw it in there anyway, just to see what will pop up. And some weird stuff is coming up, y'all. Off the top, you see the 223 at the bottom, which is Skull and Bones. This is her full name. And you see the 223 at the bottom. I'll pull it up if you don't see it, okay? Skull and Bones is popping up, y'all. Skull and Bones. This is why it's so important for people to be careful of who they're messing with in the industry. It's very important. You know, do some homework on people. Just don't meet somebody and be like, oh, we vibing, this and that and that and this. Go check them out. As far as, you know, I know people, everybody got a pass. People change, or people stay the same, or people get worse. Okay? But if people got demonic stuff in their background and stuff like that, run fast. Run fast from the person. And when you vibing that and throwing up them signs with Beyonce like that, you know, this is not the thing to do. If you take her middle name out, Leandra Caldwell, and just take the middle name out. Because this comes up in the first name, with a whole full name and a middle name. You got Bones, Skull, and Bones. You got 666 popping up here, which is putting our first and last name in. This is not good. People are asking me to do the numbers, run the numbers across this to see what would pop up. And everything that's popping up about this woman and her situation and her closeness to Beyonce, to me, my personal opinion is no coincidence. There are agents in the industry that are placed in the industry, and they are molded to do certain things. They are molded to be with certain people and this and that and that and this. And come to think about being with somebody, in the industry, she just got married, I think last year. When she got married, she married this guy named Stunna for Vegas. And 113 popped up in his life, in his numbers. And when 113 popped up, the first thing I thought about is there is some deception in his life. And the first thing I thought about was, what's that movie? I'm trying to think about that movie with Jim Carrey on there with everything around him was a lie. His whole life was a lie. Everything around him, they was recording him. Everybody was playing him. This is what I get from Stunna for Vegas. This is what I get from him. That he's not going to see this coming. I don't know him from Adam. I don't know if he's a good rapper. I don't think I've listened to any of his music or anything like that. But I'm going to say this. If his music isn't dark already and it goes dark and you follow him, pay attention to him. You know what I'm saying? If his music goes dark and it hasn't been dark already, she got him. She could be pulling him into the alleged cult mess. Okay, y'all? She could be pulling him into that. My personal opinion, if she's a part of that, and it looks like she is. Okay? If his music goes dark, he's fully, joining and showing his elite if he goes dark too. Now, if something happens to him, I'm going to just say this. You have to wonder about the things around him. And I'm going to leave it at that. You have to wonder around the things around him. And, I wonder how they met. And were they introduced by the industry? Because a lot of people that's in the industry, they go by your name. If your name lines up with certain numbers, a lot of these elites be all over you. I noticed that too. They want to use you, and then the numbers line up, and then you're used for what you're used for. Either you're thrown away or you're used to bring other, souls to the table. His number is weird, y'all. His number signifies a ship is about to sink. And I don't think it's going to be wifey. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay, y'all? That 131 represents the number of dishonesty, y'all. Dishonesty. Green screen, dream world. Fake reality, sinister, divorce, infidelity, perjury, disinfo, not factual, not true. Like I said, I don't know nothing about him. Okay, y'all, I don't know. I can't name one of his songs. If somebody say, I'll give you $1 million right now. And let's not go Google it. So I don't know nothing about this guy. But something tells me that he got some puppets around him. He has some puppets around him, and he just might be on the chopping block. I'm just saying, y'all. I don't know how big of a fish he is. I don't know. But there's a lot that's going on out there. Dishonest, not honest, fiction, illusion, puppets, politics, election day, bullshitica, broadcasting, mainstream. This is what comes up. And like I said, the Truman Show. That's what I was thinking of. The Truman Show. With everybody around him. His number was 113. The Truman Show, the guy, and the stuff was coming up in 113 around his stuff. That his whole reality was a lie. Okay, y'all? When I went to, pull up his name and all of that stuff, I pulled this up. And it said his birthday up here at the top is what caught my attention. He's 30 years old. He's really, really young. And like I said, he got married in 2025. He's really, really young. But what caught my eye was his birthday. January 1st, 1996. I want y'all to pay attention to this because you see 111 right there and 666. 111 and 666. I didn't talk. Well, my day ones, twos, and threes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. New people that's coming in, and then my new day fours. They are just learning about a lot of stuff, and that's the mark of the beast. 111 and 666. If you flip that 1996 around and all that, just 111 and 666. There's something definitely going on here, and it's not good. She recently, Monaleo, or whatever her name is. Like I said, I have never listened to her music or her husband's music. She recently had a medical emergency. And she had to cancel some shows in Memphis and New Orleans. And they're saying that she was experiencing severe abdominal pain. Now, she did have emergency surgery, that she had some kind of cyst or something like that. And they had to remove an ovary and a fallopian tube. They had to remove it, and this is why that her shows was canceled. Now she's supposed to be going back on tour again, I believe in June or something like that, June or July, and she's supposed to be, doing some type of collabs with I forgot who was the other person was. I saw it somewhere. That she was supposed to go back on tour in June. But why is it that everybody that's running around here going viral for throwing up, satanic symbolism and this and that and this, a lot of stuff is going on with them right now. And people are paying attention. A lot of people that's fans, people that's just starting to side eye how they came up and this and that and that and this. People are paying attention. I can tell that because people are reaching out to me and asking me to do numbers. This is self-explanatory if you ask me. It is. It's no difference than when Beyonce did a collab with Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton been with her husband how many years, y'all? Then right after she did that little collab and did the little song with Dolly Parton and little stuff and this and that and this, Dolly Parton, she loses her husband and then she gets ill. She did a collab with Madonna, and she just is say to the tanic is all else is anybody, okay? Madonna almost lost her life right after doing a little collab with Beyonce. And I talked about that because Beyonce went on tour and she had all of the Strike a Pose stuff ready for, like, she knew something was about to take place with Madonna. It was already set up, like, just like it was with Michael Jackson, just like it was with Prince right before he passed. She had her purple outfits already set up and ready. I just want y'all to pay attention. It's weird. So this one, I get the vibes of the husband will be on the chopping block before her because she's already down for whatever. I'm just saying, y'all. But that's my personal opinion on the situation. And like I said, it's my personal opinion. I don't know these people. Everything is alleged. All that good stuff. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Peace.